Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rizkiana Intannia from State University of Jakarta, Faculty Economy and Accounting Program. In this video, I would like to present about my proposal with the title, The Effect of Environmental Performance, Foreign Ownership, Board of Commissionary, fee audit on financial performance. In description, I have 5 content: Chapter 1 Introduction, Chapter 2 Literature Review, Chapter 3 Research Method, Chapter 4 Research and Discussion Result, Chapter 5 Closing. Chapter 1 Background. Indonesia has become one of developing countries experiencing an increase, one of which is in terms of development, with funding coming from all tax revenue, non-tax receipt, and grant from within and or abroad. According to calculation by the staff of the World Bank in 2018, in terms of non-tax revenue is one of the biggest contributions to the manufacturing sector. The manufacturing sector is almost always one of the passenger of state revenue due to the high demand, and there is an evolution of financial performance by manufacturing companies with the best manufacturing companies in the world to support competition. Competition between companies in producing financial performance one of the achievements in the company. Several factors that affect the company's financial performance, the result of several studies that are still experiencing difference in conclusion. Referring to some previous research of the good or bad financial performance is influenced by several factors like environmental performance, foreign ownership, board of commissioner, and the possibility of audit. But still there is a difference between research with one another about this factor. Therefore, I'm interested in conducting research. Problem formulation. Is there any correlation between environmental performance and financial performance? Is there any correlation between foreign ownership and financial performance? Is there any correlation between foreign board of commissioner and financial performance? And the last, is there any correlation between fee audit and financial performance? Objectivity. To determine the effect of environmental performance on financial performance, to determine the effect of foreign ownership on financial performance, to find out the influence of the board commissioner on financial performance, to determine the effect of audit fees on financial performance. The novelty of this result. This result has an update from the previous research. This study will examine the effect of environmental performance, foreign ownership, board of commissioner, and audit fees together with the measure of the earning per share of manufacturing companies in Indonesia. In addition, there is one variable that audit fee that has not been tested: the impact of financial performance in Indonesia manufacturing company. Chapter 2 Background theory of this research. 1. Agency theory. 2. Stakeholder theory. 3. Financial performance. 4. Environmental performance. 5. Foreign ownership. 6. Board of commissioner. And 7. Fee audit. Theory, framework, and hypothesis. The first hypothesis in this research is that environmental performance influences financial performance. The second hypothesis in this research is that foreign ownership influences financial performance. The third hypothesis in this study is that board of commissioner influence financial performance. Therefore, the fourth hypothesis in this research is that fee audits influence financial performance. Chapter 3. This research was conducted in March until August. This research made processing industry, manufacturing, and mining companies listed on the Indonesian Stock Exchange or BIE as research object. The research method used in quarantine research method based on the philosophy of votism, which is used to examine certain sample data for the calculation of variable using secondary data from the financial statement. Data use will be followed by a test using method partial list or PLS with hypothesis, structural equation modeling or SEM, and software smart PLS 3.32 version. The population used in this research is processing industry, manufacturing, and mining companies 2 years, which are listed on the Indonesian Stock Exchange. For adjusting the sample according to the criteria used, purposive sampling method is sampling method with certain criteria. With total sample is 124 companies after purposive sampling with several criteria. Instrument of this research. First, financial performance as a dependent variable calculation with earning per share, environmental performance as independent variable or X1 calculation with proper, foreign ownership as independent variable or X2 calculation with proportion of ordinary share owned by foreign, board of commissioners as independent variable or X3 calculation with percentage indicator board member who come from outside company. Fee audit as independent variable or X4 calculation with natural logarithm cost company for audit financial report. Data analysis technique. Description statistic analysis, outer model analysis which convergent validity, discriminant validity, and composite reliability. The last inner model analysis with coefficient determinant test or R-squared and PET coefficient test. Chapter 4. Result and discussion research. Descriptive statistic analysis, earning per share. There is a different sample because mean half smaller than deviation, with maximum half PT Esimas Flat Glass Tbk and minimum half PT Bakery Sumatra Plantation Tbk. Environmental performance. There is not a different sample because mean greater than deviation, with maximum or gold PT Tambang Batubara Bukit Asam and PT Aneka Tambang Tbk, and minimum or red PT KMI Wire and Cable Tbk, PT Martina Beto, Central Omega Resources, and Mustika Ratu. In foreign ownership, there is not a different sample because mean greater than deviation with maximum PT Esimas Flat Glass Tbk and minimum PT Sawit Sumbermas Sarana Tbk. Board of Commissioners does not have a different sample because mean greater than deviation with maximum PT Solusi Bangun Indonesia Tbk and minimum PT Indai Aluminium Industri Tbk and PT Smart Tbk. The last fee audit. There is a different sample because mean smaller than deviation with maximum PT Astra Autopart Tbk and minimum PT Gunawan Dianjaya Steel Tbk. Analysis outer model. First, convergent validity. Loading factor on variable latent from accumulation convergent validity with indicator from this research is 100 or 100 bigger than 0,17. Conclusion from this method is all of variable is valid. Second, average variance extracted or AV and formulaic criterion. Result AV 100 from endogen variable and exogen which is have result greater than 0,7 and they have result themselves greater than other variable. So this result valid and have correlation each other. Third, composite reliability. From test composite reliability and converge alpha produce result 100 greater than 0,6 for every variable. So this result reliable and valid. Inner model analysis. First, determination coefficient or R-square. R-square produce variable dependent 75%. Conclusion from this result is financial performance can subtend with environmental performance, foreign ownership, board of commissioners, and fee audit. And then 25% subtends from the other variable except variable independent from this research. Second, conclusion of PET coefficient x1 to y rejected, x2 to y accepted, x3 to y rejected, and x4 to y accepted. Chapter 5, conclusion. Conclusion of the research, environmental performance can influence financial performance. Foreign ownership influence financial performance, board of commissioners can influence financial performance, and fee audit influence financial performance. I think that's all presentation for my proposal. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.